Good morning. It's a beautiful Sunday morning here at Jamesville DeWitt. Please remain standing as Kira McDevitt leads us in the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Wow, that's going to be tough to follow. I would ask that everyone continue directing their attention towards the flag for our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to welcome President of our class, Everly Kessler, up to the stage.
You may all take a seat now. Good morning and welcome to Jamesville DeWitt High School for the commencement of the class of 2021. Although we are gathered here today in an untraditional manner, we are so grateful to be together for this most special celebration. It has certainly been an arduous and trying time for us all, but in using the strength of each other, we have shown immeasurable perseverance and dedication in all facets of our lives. Each and every student graduating today has had to overcome their own set of obstacles, a global pandemic included, in order to achieve this momentous level of distinction. We are so proud of all of our hard work that has brought us to this day, and still, we wouldn't be here without all of you. Having been able to experience the unwavering support from our families, peers, teachers, administrators, and the greater Jamesville DeWitt community has been an unforgettable feat and is part of what makes JD so special. We sincerely thank you for all you have done, and we are honored to have you alongside us as we close this chapter of high school and turn the page to life beyond. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for coming to our graduation ceremony. I am honored to have been chosen by my classmates to give this inspiration speech. In preparation, I've cut a few things out, so I promise to be done within a few hours. But first, I would like to say Happy Father's Day. Thank you to all the dads out there. And second, on behalf of the entire class, we would like to extend our deepest gratitude to the teachers, counselors, administrators, and all the other staff at JD. We truly do not believe that any of us would have been able to get through this school year without their constant effort and support. Our teachers are the epitome of hard work and inspiration. Let's back up one more time. Quite honestly, there are many things I could have talked about in this inspiration speech. As these crazy and unprecedented times are slowly winding down, it is evident how resilient, hardworking, and special of a class we are. So, I want to focus on a few valuable lessons that have changed my life, and I hope will change my fellow graduates' lives as well. My parents once told me a story that I still remember to this day. I will avoid the Russian accent for comprehension purposes, but the story went something like this. In a race of 100 Olympic track runners, some of the best athletes in the world, one will always come first, and one will always come last. But what all these runners have in common is that they are the best in the world. Regardless if they came first or last, they are still winners. Though many of us came into high school as timid freshmen, we were able to exit true first-place champions. Except we are only in the beginning of our Olympic careers. We are young, ambitious, and ready to face the world. As we progress through our lives, I know we will strive for greatness. The end result will look different for all of us, but I am confident if we continue to display our best qualities, we can achieve anything. Look at what we've been able to accomplish in only 4 years. We have won sectional titles, created beautiful art pieces, and comprehended various subjects that used to be taught to graduate students. It is safe to say that we have been able to achieve greatness in high school, and our accomplishments will only grow bigger from here. But in our pursuit of greatness, we must realize that failures are inevitable. It is impossible to finish in first place every single time. What we must remember, though, is that if we strive for the top, we will still end up as the best of the best, despite the failures that we will experience. Even the Olympic runner who places last is still one of the greatest athletes in the entire world. So as we all move forward in life, remember to not let your failures define you, because if you aim high, you will be a champion, whether you finish in first place or last. And along our journey towards greatness, we need to stay true to ourselves. Each one of us has a unique personality filled with so many outstanding qualities. But not everyone will be able to see the best in us, and many people will tell us to change. We must accept who we are and see what amazing things we can offer to the world. Those who don't appreciate how hardworking, outgoing, caring, empathetic, intelligent, respectful, and of course modest we all are, will never allow us to reach our full potential. In all seriousness, I have no doubts that we will do extraordinary things. As long as we continue to aim high, embrace and grow from our failures, and never change who we are, we can make big things happen. Thank you again, and congratulations.
All right, first up to speak, we have Mr. President Marcus Payne. Marcus always seems to have a smile on his face, especially when he skips study hall to come to lunch and see me. It's this positivity that has enabled him to get positions such as president of student government. Also, Marcus is very talented on the football field. He'll be taking his talents to Washington and Lee University next fall, and JD's football team will definitely miss him, seeing that nearly every play in the playbook this year was run through him, and he scored some of our only touchdowns. Anyways, it is my honor to present to you all Mr. Marcus Payne.
Thank you, Nate. For those of you that don't know me, now you do, so it's nice to meet you. First off, I want to start by thanking the staff and administration and all the parents. And I also want to say Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Well, here we are, class. We officially made it. It seems like just yesterday we were about this tall, walking through the middle school halls with bags under our eyes. And now, while we still walk around with bags under our eyes, we're bigger, smarter, and taller. Well, most of us anyway. High school brought us lots of great memories and fun times. It gave us stories that we would tell for years and enough inside jokes to last a lifetime. Throughout our time here, we accomplished so much and have truly been great. What is greatness? Greatness is defined as the quality of being considerably above the normal or average and being highly distinguished. Our class, the Jamesville DeWitt class of 2021, is the greatest high school class ever. And that second ever is no mistake, because I know every graduating class says that, but this time it's actually true. Since we've gotten here, our athletic teams have won over 30 league titles, 25 sectional championships, 10 regional championships, 4 state championships, and 2 federation championships. Our art program has been awarded with over 600 scholastic awards with a variety of gold keys, silver keys, and honorable mentions. The musical program has also flourished, with the band, chorus, and orchestra being highly successful on the NISFA exams and bringing us wonderful musicals. Members of our class were also crucial in creating the student representative position on the school board. Now, I don't know specifically how many of these keys or league championships are grade 1, but the point is, as soon as we got to the high school, JD started doing good in everything. We have a high percentage of our class graduating today. It's so high I can't tell you the exact percentage, but you have to take my word for it. And members of our class are going on to pursue a degree at college, a gap year, or going to work and getting paid. Our class will be spread all across the country. We'll have people from California all the way to right here at Syracuse University and colleges across the nation. Now, I didn't make this speech just to tell you how great you are, or we are, because I'm sure you all know. I came to inspire you to continue to chase greatness and not to settle for mediocrity. Young poet and entrepreneur Lil TJ once said, "I was born to be great and I won't let no one tell me I ain't." Life is hard, as I'm sure many of you know, and it only gets harder from here. Not everyone is going to want to see you succeed. Not everyone will have your best interests in mind. You're going to make mistakes and there will be a number of problems you face. I encourage each and every one of you to not fear these challenges that are bound to come, but to take them head on. Obstacles and mistakes you make are only bad if you don't learn from them, and every problem has a solution, so no matter how hard it seems, there's always a way for you to solve it. Struggle and greatness go hand in hand. And whatever your future holds, there will be a time where you need to overcome the opposition to get to where you want to be. If any class is capable of overcoming those obstacles, it is ours. When you look through history books, they'll talk about the years we spent navigating through this pandemic. COVID-19 was a shockwave that our class felt the most. It took away our prom, the end of our junior year, and our hopes for a normal senior year as well. Yet here we are now. We made it through the whole year with no shutdowns. We had an amazing ball, and here we all are together for graduation. We went 12 rounds with COVID and won by unanimous decision. As I close, I want to encourage you all as you move on to the next chapter in your life to stay true to yourselves. Don't listen to what others have to say about your future, and don't be swayed by anyone's opinions. We are the greatest class ever, not just because someone from the United Nations told Gaspar on the phone, but because of each and every one of you. We are all different, and that's what makes us all the same. No matter what the future holds, I know each and every one of you will be great, because I've been witnessing our greatness for the last 4 years. Thank you.
Nice job, Marcus. Next in line to speak, we have Miss Emily Neinstein. I would describe Emily as an overall beast, personally. This was confirmed in economics class when she listed Mac Miller as one of her top artists. I was thoroughly impressed, to say the least. When she's not listening to Mac Miller, she's very involved in the musical. In fact, she had one of the lead roles this year. Also, she's on the swim team, so you can obviously infer she's a little insane, but it's not too bad, I promise. Next fall, she'll be at UVM, which is also very exciting. And rumor has it she'll actually be swimming across Lake Champlain to get to Burlington instead of taking the ferry. You didn't hear it from me, but if you happen to see a blonde-haired girl swimming across Lake Champlain in late August, it's probably her. Without further ado, I give to you all Miss Emily Neinstein.
Thank you, Nate. That was beautiful. When I walked into my first day of our freshman year of high school, I had no idea what would hit me. No, seriously. I had Mr. Ormond first period, so I really had no idea what would hit me. But over the past 4 years, this class has been hit with a lot. We've had to endure struggles. We've had to endure, of course, the pandemic. But we've been able to come through on the other side. So first, I would like to congratulate all of my fellow members of the class of 2021 for making it to this day. I still remember during our sophomore year when a senior set off a stink bomb, and we thought that that was the weirdest year ever. In any case, we have a lot to be proud of. It took hard work and struggle to get to this point, to be able to walk across this stage today. Our accomplishments are a cause for well-deserved and long-awaited celebration. These accomplishments, however, are not just our own. They have been built on the support of so many others who have helped us through the past 4 years. So while we celebrate our own success today, we should take a moment to acknowledge the generosity, compassion, and patience we have been given along the way. And I'm not biased or anything, but we have some pretty amazing teachers here at JE. Shout out Mrs. Einstein. In all seriousness, we have been incredibly lucky to have teachers who are so good at what they do. They have done so much more than just teach us. I know for many of us, a teacher has helped us discover our passion and decide what we want to do with our lives. For others, a teacher may have helped us learn how to work hard and be disciplined and study. Other times, our teachers have just been there for us to help us endure our own struggles and rebuild after failures. Most importantly, they have shared their wisdom with us and helped us to not only become better students, but to become better people. As we go out into the world beyond high school and embark on our next adventures, we are taking away so much more than the Pythagorean theorem and the War of 1812. Well, maybe we won't all be taking that away.
Good thing Mr. Bunyan isn't here. But it isn't just our teachers we have to credit for our success. Over the past 4 years, support has come from everywhere. We all have someone to be thankful for. I would like if everyone could take a moment and close their eyes and think of someone who has helped them get here today. Maybe for you, it was a coach who helped you achieve athletic goals while teaching you life lessons you'll never forget. Or maybe a guidance counselor who gave you more than just academic support. Maybe a parent who drove you to practice and encouraged you to always do your best. Maybe for you, it was a former upperclassman who was your role model when you still were figuring things out at the high school. Maybe it was a classmate who helped you with your homework or helped you with your homework when you were really in a pinch. Or your friends who were there for you from day one and experienced the tough parts alongside you. I know high school certainly would not have been the same without Mr. Gasparini's fist bumps. As we look around this field today, we can all find a face that we wouldn't have been able to do this without. You can open your eyes if you're still closing them. Hopefully you didn't fall asleep. When we leave this school, it is not the physical building you will miss, though I do have a soft spot for the Italian tiles in the Red Hall bathroom. But rather, it is the people who have gotten us this far that make leaving bittersweet. The people who have taught us, the people who have inspired us, the people we've admired, the people we've grown up with, the people we've loved. While it is time for us to leave this community behind in pursuit of our own dreams, all of them have left their mark on the people we will become. Thank you and congratulations.
Last but certainly not least, we have Mr. Seamus Enders. Seamus is a man of many talents, that's for sure. He was a very talented pole vaulter, the best at JD in fact. Unfortunately, he quit this year and the team no longer has any pole vaulters. He was the co-star of the musical this year, even though he's never done acting previously. Also, he was given the prestigious senior superlative of most changed. His most impressive trait, however, must be his jawline, which is no doubt one of the best in the grade. This feature allowed him to be very successful with our female counterparts. As I'm sure we all remember, he was quite the lady killer in 8th grade. With all of these things combined, it made sense that Seamus was offered a spot as the most interesting man in the world by Dos Equis, which, after much consideration, he declined in order to pursue his engineering degree at Cornell University. All jokes aside, though, it is with great pleasure that I present to you the man, the myth, the legend, Seamus Enders.
Thank you, Nate. I really appreciate that. So, before beginning my speech, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank not only the incredibly talented and dedicated staff members who have worked so tirelessly to organize this event, but also extend thanks to my fellow speakers who so eloquently represented their class. Sorry in advance, guys. So, hello everyone. As you now know, my name is Seamus, and today I'll be attempting to articulate a few sporadic thoughts I had over the past few nights in a concise, entertaining manner. Wish me luck. At our 8th grade commencement, I give a speech similar to this one in front of many of you, and I hope to elaborate on it a bit further. By now, we all know that sophomore slump is a very real phenomenon, so hopefully I don't discredit myself with this one. 4 years ago, I spoke about the importance of education and the continuation of learning. Firstly, I'd like to re-emphasize this point, on the off chance that you don't remember that thrilling speech. Curiosity is a virtue, and continuing to learn, not because you're required to, but because you want to, is what distinguishes us from others. It's what allows humans to excel and innovate. What I failed to mention in that speech, though, and what I've only recently realized, is that learning isn't an endeavor based exclusively in academia. See, I used to conflate the pursuit of knowledge with reading books and other scholastic pursuits. I deprived myself of many experiences because I didn't think that they were worth my time. I didn't believe that they would be fruitful. As a result, I didn't attend many social events. I didn't join that interesting club because it was an academic one. I didn't enroll in that appealing elective because it wasn't STEM-based. To a certain extent, this behavior was beneficial. Now, though, I see the flaws in my self-imposed restrictions. Looking at all of you here, I see the opportunities I missed and the potential experiences that I overlooked. Because in reality, learning isn't deprived entirely from academic origins. It's also in part gained from your experiences. Recently, I've implemented this philosophy in my life, and while I can't say it was wholly pleasurable, Michael can attest to the physical agony I endured during swimming, I can certainly say that I've learned a great deal, and I've had fun while doing so. So as we begin new chapters of our lives, don't limit yourself to one subset of learning. Try that new thing, go on that date, join that niche club. Most critically though, don't forget the true meaning of learning. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Nolan Brand, and I'm pleased to present the Excellence in Teaching Award. The Excellence in Teaching Award was first given in 1998, and it has been a tradition to present at graduation ever since. The award is voted on by the students of the senior class. The students select a teacher that they've had over their 4 years of high school who best fits the description. The award is given to the teacher who exemplifies excellence in the classroom and goes above and beyond for their students. They show passion for their subject, compassion towards their students, and work hard day in and day out to make sure that their students are getting the best education that they can. This year, the class of 2021 would like to present this award to Mrs. Sullivan. Mrs. Sullivan teaches in the math department and also coaches the math team here at JD. I was lucky enough to have Mrs. Sullivan my junior year and loved going to pre-calc. She was always very easy to talk to and work with. She was very supportive and did a great job of teaching the material. It was also pretty nice when she would bake us cookies before we took tests. Before COVID, obviously. She's everything we look for in a teacher and has done an excellent job of navigating teaching through this pandemic. She's been there for her students through this trying time and has really shown excellence in her field. She fits this award perfectly, and we're extremely proud to give it to her. If she would want to come up.
Congratulations, Aaron. Good afternoon, families, friends, and staff, to this ever so important event in the lives of our students. For those of you that I have not had the pleasure of meeting, my name is Peter Smith, and I have the distinct pleasure of being the superintendent of schools at Janesville DeWitt. So typically, this ceremony is held in the Onondaga County Civic Center. However, today, our stadium serves as a very beautiful surrogate. Moving the ceremony to the stadium was no small feat, and I just want to take a moment to thank our Director of Facilities, Mr. Jason Crawford, and his staff for all of the hard work they have done to prepare this facility for us today. So, Mr. Crawford, thank you. Mr. Mike Keenan is a high school science teacher who serves as the senior class advisor. He too has worked tirelessly and attended to all the necessary details to make sure our students enjoy this most meaningful event. And finally, it was Mr. Paul Gasparini who came to me earlier this year determined to have an in-person graduation ceremony. His commitment and dedication to the students at Janesville DeWitt High School is beyond compare. Thank you to Mr. Gasparini and the high school administration, Mr. Keenan, and Mr. Crawford, and his staff for making this event possible. I've written more than a few graduation speeches in my career, and most times I begin a new speech by looking back at the messages of the old ones. There are usually some common themes that from year to year that bears repeating. However, this year, you guys stumped me. There's absolutely nothing typical about today or this particular class. You've been through the ringer, as have your parents, family, faculty, and friends. You've gone through social isolation at an age when your peers and community mean the world to you. You've listened to political rhetoric and witnessed the adults around you attempt to make sense of what was happening. The long-lasting effects of the past year and a half are yet unknown, but what I do know is that you've shown a level of perseverance and commitment to excellence in and out of the classroom that's unprecedented. And I'm very pleased to use that word to describe something other than a pandemic. So in preparing to speak to you today, I sent a note to some of the high school faculty to see if any of them had words or feelings about this class that I could convey to you today. I have to admit that the response was overwhelming and unanimous. And I'm going to share some examples and you'll see what I mean. And please know that these are direct quotes about your class. Apart from being resilient, our seniors are change agents. Brave, they seek unity and never exclude anyone. This is truly one of the most unique classes I have ever taught, and they too have taught me a lot about the world and our time together. Thinking about this class, the thing that stands out the most is how supportive they are of each other, as well as their teachers. They truly appreciated the challenges we faced this year, and worked every single day to make the year both successful and enjoyable. They are a wonderfully fun-loving group who have an infectious personality. They are kind and compassionate, and think of others over themselves. They are a tight-knit, resilient group of young people who are ready to take on the world. They found a way to leave a positive mark on our community under the most trying of circumstances and will be remembered by so many. I've never seen a class that builds each other up and celebrates the successes of their classmates like this one. I am struck by the joy this class has brought to our school. They have an energy and a ebullience that they bring to the hallways, classrooms, and playing fields of JD High School that is infectious. What strikes me about this senior class is how joyful they are about life, what a joy they are to be around, and how much I will miss them. These are just some of the remarks I received, and I have no better words to tell you that you are unique, committed, considerate, intelligent, dedicated, and just terrific young adults. I could not be more proud to see your level of achievement, especially during the last few years, and knowing that this school, this community, has been a platform to support at least some of your successes. Our school district is a better place because of you. There are many more comments, but I think you get the gist. Individually and collectively, you guys are so special, and while we are proud to share you with the rest of the world, we will miss you and all the unique qualities you brought to our school community. We've come through some dark and difficult times, but you've done more than come through it. You brought your A game. You took it up a notch. You were there for your fellow students. You achieved high success, and you're moving on to bigger things. You are, in a word, remarkable. Tough times are not necessarily over, but I have hope about what lies ahead. And as I look at all of you here today, I can't help but have hope for the future. You have been referred to as the most progressive, best educated, least prejudiced, and open generation in American history. No matter what you choose to do with your life, I'm confident that you will bring your joy for learning and caring for others wherever you go, and you will leave your unique mark on the rest of the world as you have done here at Jamesville DeWitt. I'm so excited to be part of this transition. I wish you all the best of luck and will always think fondly of this special class. And now, families and friends, on behalf of the Jamesville DeWitt administration and the Board of Education, I am honored and humbled to present to you these diploma candidates who have fulfilled all of the requirements for graduation by the Board of Regents of the State of New York and the Jamesville DeWitt Board of Education.
We will now begin the distribution of diplomas to the members of the class of 2021. We will be inviting members of the Board of Education to join Dr. Smith to help with the distribution of diplomas. Will Board Member Mrs. Dana Corcoran please join us on stage? And row one, please stand.
Thanks, Ed. I got you.
Essex Christopher Glowacki. Kira Ryan McDevitt. Everly Eden Kessler. Michael Simon Brotzlowski. Nathan Donald Reinfuss. Nathan Chen. Row two, please stand. Sundus Mustafa Abdelaziz. Abdulaziz Abduvaleev. Thomas A. Aden. Frank Noah Adler. Tyler John Aiken. Mareed Alam. Matthew Vincent Alexander. Shoah Eli Bekoff. Thomas Jan Alport. Madeline Ancone. Faith Yartale Anand. Willin Arakcheyev. Isabella Marguerite Abramov. Will Board Member Mrs. Renee James Murad please join us on stage? And row three, please stand. J.C. James Baker. Christopher J. Barbuto. Catherine Marie Becker. Faraz B. Begg. Colin R. Bennett. Catherine Cantor Bennett. Antonino Orazio Bertone. Timothy Q. Bashirs. Sondrine Blusk. Everlasting K. Born Freedom. Elizabeth B. Brolt. Ella Staples Brody. Rachel Sidney Braunstein. Hannah Jordan Brooks. Row 4, please stand. Alyssa M. Brown. Jessica L. Burgess. Mackenzie Christine Burns. Tanner J. Burns. John Andrew Cahill. Alexander J. Cantone. Cassandra I. Capoletti. Michael F. Catanzari. Francesca Maria Churko. Dominic Joseph Chacon. Ryan James Cluis. Aaron Paul Cohen. Philomena J. Coles Carruthers. Will board member Mrs. Lori DeForest please join us on stage? And row 5, please stand. Ryan J. Collins. Skylar B. Constantino. Kyla Rachel Cooper. Kamimambo M. Kosa. Jacob Delaney Cottet. Violet R. Craw. Gabriel E. Quayo. Janea Aviana Cuozo. Nathan V. DiDomenico. Grace Rose Di Giovanni. May Lon Rose Dolphin. Andre J. Dovchiak. Mara Ann Durkin. Travis Lee Duval. Row 6, please stand. Muawiyah M. El Hindi. Tariq Z. El Zamar. Mark Levy Ensalada. Alexandra Fatyayeva. Lucy E. Ferrick. Anna Grace Fiske. Noelle Anna Fish. Elena Rose Fitzgerald. Emmett Newell Follett. Madeline Rose Foss. Madison Jane Freeman. Imika Sia Garja. Julian Anthony Galetta. Row 7, please stand. Hayden J. Gladle. Mira A. Gleason. Alexandra K. Good. Emma Rose Goslin. Jessica A. Gao. Kayla D. Green. Jonathan Williams Gunn. Lily Caitlin Hadley. Kyle M. Hamburger. Amber C. Hammernick. Osama M. Hamoud. Aiden J. Hentz. Saad M. Hossein. Andy L. Hunt. Will board member Mrs. Wendy Rhodes please join us on stage? Row 8, please stand. Devea Hunter. Tanea Hunter. Isabella Marie Impellizzeri. Austin P. Isaacs. Sidra Javed. Reed Porter Jones. Laura E. Kalantarova. John B. Cod. Yuval D. Kelchner. Courtney Brooke Keogh. Ethan J. Kesselring. Brian B. King. Harlan Aaron Kissel. Jillian A. Cordes. And now our marshals, Ronaldo R. Colon, Megan D. Evans. Row 1, please stand. Marcus William Payne. Emily R. Neinstein. Seamus M. Endries. Nolan R. Brand. Momoka Leclerc. Lucas Harrison Bort. Aristoteles S. Zetzes. Will board member Mr. Joseph Gross please join us on stage? And row 2, please stand. Maxim A. Koval. Lily Elizabeth Kramer. Emma Julia Krayback. Corey Ellen Kretsch. Kaylin Joy Lewis. Lily McLean Lowenguth. Daniel S. Louise. Perry Dana Lowenstein. Robin K. Luke. Claire F. Macero. Benjamin John Macy. Jameson G. McLaughlin.
Let's go, J-Bo!
Noah V. Marino. Emma A. Marks. Row 3, please stand. Jacob T. Marshall. Michaela Teresa McClellan. Kaylee Shea McKenna. Caitlin M. McMahon. Owen Allen McNeil. Alec R. McVeary. Derek A. Mead. Kara Danielle Meltzer. Colin E. Miller. Maxwell L. Memoroglu. John H. Moore. Min T. Mayant. Samson Aaron Mishral. Aiden S. Nobinger. Row 4, please stand. Norel Sadiq Neal. Ethan Daniel Newman. Alexander S. Nichols. Audrey Anna Norden. Olivia Noel Norden. Stephen A. Oliva III. Owen M. Opalenik. Grace Elizabeth Paparo. Alina Park. Neil Dharmesh Patel. Serena R. Patel. Michael Christopher Petrell. Sage Ann Pickard. Tony Ann Unique Pink. Xavier R. Plord. Will board member Mrs. Juanita Rivera Ortiz please join us on stage? In row 5, please stand. Zoe Maria Potamianos. Nora Swan Prozac. Ben J. Ramirez Phillips. Scott Lyndon Reeves. Celia Marina Reed. Luke A. Rystrom. Colin L. Rebercombe. Ethan E. Rivard. Amaris N. Rodriguez. Maris Catherine Ryan. Thomas Stephen Sabatino. Ivana Sakota. Joseph Alexander Sandville. Janae I. Savory. Janaya A. Savory. Row 6, please stand. James William Cerrone. Gunther J. Schnorr. Kyle J. Shaw. Linda J. Shen. Paige Elaine Stepanian. Bradley Charles Stevens. David James Stewart. Kayla A. Sturgeon. Deanna R. Sugar. Joshua L. Sullivan. Kaylee A. Sullivan. Emma Julia Sutherland. Will board member Mrs. Carolyn Sauser please join us on stage? In row 7, please stand. Sheila J. Ledoux. Emily Grace Tolar. Katrina Faith Sinikowski. Evelyn Tao. Lars A. Taylor. Jackson Malcolm Thomas. Anna Tian. Michelle Tian. John Torek. Jason T. Touchette. Braylon J. Tyler. Tohir John Uzmanov. Dolfikar A. Wahid. Nicholas Anthony Wallingford Sterner. Ethan C. Weiss. Row 8, please stand. Board Member David Leach, please join us on stage. Finn O'Brien. Catherine White. Nora J. Weldon. Douglas G. Welsh. Pierce Michael Wenner. Cooper James Werner. William Sarsfield Werner. Megan E. Westfall. Joseph Wickham. Amari Levy Wilson Rice. Lana Wisniewski. John M. Withers. Alice S. Yee. Jacob H. Zeller. Amelia E. Zumbold. And now our two marshals, Will Ellen Quackenbush, Avery Autumn Young. That is the class of 2021.
First off, congratulations everyone. My name is Momo LeClaire, if you don't already know. And before we turn our tassels, I would just like to say that I'm beyond proud of our grade for making it to where we are today. We have made the most out of the past 4 years, especially the last 2, even though they were pretty hard. And I wouldn't have wanted any other group by my side. So congratulations, Janesville DeWitt class of 2021, we made it. You may now turn your tassels from the right side to the left.
Hello everyone. First of all, I would like to congratulate my peers for what we have just accomplished. This moment has been 13 years in the making. I'm certain that not all your family here, as well as your friends, are very proud of you. We are here today to celebrate the hard work and dedication that we have put in over these past 13 years, as well as to look to the future. But before we move on, grant me a few moments to talk about what we will be leaving behind. There are many of us graduating today, and we have all taken varied paths to get here. Some of us joined the JD family halfway through high school. Others of us have completed all 13 years here. Just like a third of you, I spent my earliest years at Tecumseh. However, I suspect many of my earliest memories will resonate with all of you. Whether it was Tecumseh, Moses, Jamesville, or another elementary school, we all experienced that first day. Our parents laid down our uniforms the night before in preparation of what lay ahead. For some, it was crying while being forced onto the bus. For others, it was the start of a great journey. Elementary school delivered countless memories, most good, but some alarming. Halloween celebrations, birthday parties, and kids just kind of throwing up in the middle of classes. I guess that's just an early year thing. But of course, there's the awful concerts. I mean, some people found them amusing, but the concerts and band stuff, they're great. But moving on to the awkward stages we progressed into during middle school and thankfully put behind us. Direct those 80-themed puberty videos that we had to watch next to the dreaded swimming units. The JD couples accounts that 13-year-olds made to try to do matchmaking as we were very young. It doesn't really get more middle school than that. JDMS also provided some great moments. One of these was the Killer Talent shows. That was headlined by Norell's Electric Concerts, Beige Raps, and of course, T-Swag's Fireflies. We managed to break a world record for most sit-ups done, most people doing sit-ups at one time. This will probably stand until probably forever because no one even knows it's a record, and no one really likes doing sit-ups anyways. And we concluded our 4 years at middle school with a memorable 8th grade dance and graduation. A night filled with awkward dancing and a lot of sweat. Then there was the time we spent at the high school. High school has shaped us into the young adults we are today. It was 4 long or short years, kind of depends on how you look at it. But we were sitting in our freshman seminars with the counselors, and they asked us, what do you hope to do when you're older? Most of us were unsure at the time, and there are still many of us that are unsure today. But with the knowledge, wisdom, and experience gained over these past 4 years, I'm certain that each of us is capable of doing great things. In addition to the tools that JD equipped us with, we'll walk away with the memories of cheering loudly at Friday night football and basketball games. We'll remember the school cancellation, as noted before by Emily, of the stench of a pure stink bomb. We'll remember the power outages that sent us home halfway through the day, and I'm sure we all had a great time that day. And we'll also remember eating Tully's Tenders on JD Day and spending time with our friends at lunch. And last of all, we'll remember the friends we made at our time here at JD. It would be strange if I did not mention the pandemic during the reflection, the mother of all curveballs. COVID threw challenges at us that none of us could imagine. We completed what is commonly known as the hardest year of high school, junior year, while all of us, parents, teachers, and most importantly students, were stunned by a shared sense of confusion. This was followed up by an unpredictable senior year. It felt like the ground underneath us was constantly shaking, and at times we didn't know what was going on. Many of us questioned that if we'd even be here today. Zoom took over our lives as all of us spent at least 2 days a week in front of our laptops and PCs. We experienced a college application process through simply websites and videos. The annual Halloween parade and Friday night lights went missing, along with half our classmates, in person at least, for the majority of the school year. Looming over our shoulders was a constant fear of being contact traced or quarantined. But through these challenges, we prevailed. We forged new friendships with our friends in our PATH days, and athletes put together unforgettable seasons as sports provided an escape from the daily routines caused by COVID. We persevered until we could be together again, which brings us here today. It's hard to fit 13 years into 3 or so minutes, but I say that's a good problem to have. Our time here at JD was filled with innumerable hours of work, lessons, tests, and presentations. However, after leaving here today, it won't be the knowledge gained that we'll talk about for years to come. Instead, it will be the friends we made and the memories we made. I believe that all of us will come to cherish our time that we shared here, and I suspect many great things lie ahead. And as always, we are JD. Thank you.
All right, to finish it off, we'll have the alma mater. If I could have all the students stand and sing it back. I know you guys all know it so well. High on the hilltop stands our alma mater. Strong and fearlessly we will cherish thee, for thy honor great and true. Hail to our colors, scarlet and white, long may they stand for wisdom and right. We will pledge our faith to thee, our alma mater, our alma mater. We will cherish thee.
You guys ready? Class of 2021. 3, 2, 1.